Well, hey guys, and welcome to another cycling vlog. Haven't done one for a while. It's a bloody scorcher out here too. At the moment, I'm out for my afternoon ride, and it's upwards towards 35 degrees Celsius, and it is very, very humid. So I really didn't plan this video. I just thought while I'm out for a ride, I'd have a bit of a chat. Haven't had one for a while, and let you know what's going on in the world of the old bum. Yeah, so what's happening? Well, let me get up front straight away and tell you that my fitness levels are improving, my weight is dropping, my dependency on alcohol is shrinking. All good things. Out by the cane fields. So my weight is down 7.4 kilos. That is as of a couple of days ago when I last weighed myself. And of course, February being our hottest month of the year, we do get our fair share of storms of an afternoon. And of course, that all makes it all the more humid. Now, of course, I did lose weight prior to Christmas, but unfortunately I had a bit of a relapse, and there was a lot of overeating and a lot of over drinking over the Christmas break. Come New Year's Eve was pretty much my last alcoholic drink, and it wasn't a resolution, it was more of an epiphany. It was more needed to do it. And so the last 3 weeks I've been on one of the prescribed very low calorie diets that my surgeon gave me a few years ago before I had my colorectal surgery. Yeah, so I'll shed 7.5 kilos, probably a little bit more now, in a few weeks, so that's pretty good. My alcohol, I think I can count on the one hand how many alcoholic beers I've had since New Year's Eve, and they have all been light. You know, Cascade, I think, which I've had, runs about 2.3% alcohol, and I've only had sort of like 2 max at a time. The weight loss is also necessary, not just for my fitness and well-being, but my perennial hernia has raised its ugly head. Let's keep pedaling for a bit and I'll stop and talk about that later. So for those of you who may not know, who may be new to the channel and haven't gone back into the archives, in 2016, May 2016, I had colorectal surgery due to rectal cancer, and it was grade 3 rectal cancer. It had spread into the pelvis as well. Colorectal surgery I had is called an APR, or abdominal perineal resection, by where my anus and rectum is removed, my bum cheeks are basically sewn together, and my plumbing is rerouted to come out my abdomen, and now I have a permanent colostomy and stoma. Yes, so that's a bit of history. As a result of that, and me being a big guy, I think it was in, when was that, 21, I had hernia operation, because basically the bowel had broken through the tissue wall, and basically I had quite an enlarged tail hanging out my rear end. That has come back again. The surgery wasn't successful. Looks like it's going to be more intrusive, with a plastic surgeon involved, and it's going to be, I think they were talking about a muscle transplant to be the next fix, which should be permanent. And that's another reason why I am on the weight loss. So my rides aren't big. I'm just sticking to 30-40 kilometers. I did a 50 kilometer one yesterday, or close to 50 kilometers. But because I'm on a very low calorie diet, I am trying to get my body used to burning fat as fuel, not carbs, and also I don't want to bonk. So yeah, so lots of fluid on the ride, as much as I can, and that's another reason why I'm only doing 30 or 40, because a lot of the roads I ride, there's no taps where I can fill up. That's that section. Next one. So there's all the juvenile macadamia trees waiting to be planted in the ground. And here we are, fruit bearing trees. Now, if my memory recollection is correct, I think they take about 5 years before they see nuts. So while I'm just parked here in the shade with a little bit of a cool breeze blowing, I'll finish off the rest of the cycling vlog, and wait for this car to go by. Yeah, so my fitness, whilst my overall distance isn't increasing drastically per week, I think in the 3.5 weeks I've been riding pretty much daily, from 30 to 50s, not too bad. My biggest downfall is I lose energy in the legs, and that is because of the diet I'm on. So I just have to be careful of that. And so I usually try and have my home route planned where there's shops, so at least I can get a cold, Powerade sports drink and a soft drink if I need to, just to feed the legs to get home. That will also improve as my weight goes down. Like I said, I've gone from 126.9, which I basically put on all the weight that I lost over Christmas, back on over Christmas, so I was back up to almost 127 kilos, down to 119.5, and well, that was a few days ago. I weighed myself. I'd probably be even less now, but as I lose weight, the distances will become easier and my comfort on the bike will become easier. I'm just focusing more on trying to get core strength and sit up off the bike, off the bars, rather than hunch and put my weight on my hands. The one big thing in regards to my fitness that I've noticed is my heart rate. And when I started back riding 3-4 weeks ago, my heart rate was in the high 140s and in the mid 150s, and that was just taking it easy. And so now I'm cruising around today at around 18 kilometers an hour. I'm spinning at about between 78 and 82 RPM, and my heart rate's sitting on about 136. And so we've had some pretty hard headwinds here the last couple of days, and so pushing into them, even my heart rate was only sort of 139, 140, which is great. So on an average my heart rate's come down roughly on an average of 10 beats per minute, which is really good news. And my recovery time after stopping too is when I get to the top of a hill and my heart rate does peak. As soon as I get to the top of the hill, I'm noticing the speed in which my heart rate drops back down is subsequently more or faster than it was. So yeah, that's all good things, and that will improve as I lose more weight. In the throes of all the Christmas drama and exciting new riding challenges that I've set myself and all that, my wife and I have decided to put our house on the market and move. And a contract is going conditional as of today, so I believe. on our house, and we also have a conditional contract on a house at a little township called Wallaville. It's about 40 k's east of Bundaberg. My wife is back at her school job now. It is out that side of town, so it's not so much more for her to travel. The house we're looking at is on just over 4,000 square metres of land. That's just over an acre in old speak, so plenty of room. As soon as I pull the camera out, cars go past. Yeah, so plenty of room. It's a nice little house, needs work. The building and pest inspection came back a little bit negative, so we're renegotiating the price on that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get it for a little less than what we put the offer in. The other good thing about being out there is it's only a stone's throw to Goodnight Scrub National Park, which if you go back in my videos, I did a trip up through there. I did a couple of nights. Early on in my bike touring adventures, and it's a nice little area. Good old Bundabergians, Brad and Chris know the area well, so I'll be able to get some first-hand information off about the area. And yeah, there's historical sites like Kalawa Hut. It's also a back forestry road that goes out to Mingo Crossing and all the way out to Gayndah. So that'll be great for not having to travel on highways anymore. What else? I think that's about it. There are things in the future that I've got planned, but of course, until I see my surgeon on the 15th of February, I can't make any concrete plans as to what I will and what I won't do. But yeah, fingers crossed. Even though it might be a bigger surgery, hopefully the recovery time. And look, last recovery time wasn't necessary. I took ages only because I got slack, and yeah, very, very slack. And of course, being slack doesn't help your mental health at all. So, all right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I really hope you're enjoying the current series, Road Trip. Next week, I am camped up at Woorolin on the South Burnett Rail Trail for a couple of nights and doing a couple of other trail loops out there. I haven't finished them, but I am planning, hopefully, maybe next week. Fingers crossed, I might get out there again and finish the loops. I don't know, it all depends on this weather because it's stinking hot. And it all depends on what's happening with these houses. So I could be in high octane pack mode, I don't know. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all, and cheers. Ride safe out there.